Can you guys believe that it's almost been a whole year? A roller coaster of emotions, and in the middle of all that, I completed my first From Software run going through all 7 games, and I probably experienced every emotion imaginable while I was gone. Now, here I stand, in front of an oasis of card text as my first video back. Let's see how it goes. This first card here, Demise King, its pendulum effect reads, during your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can place one Dark Contract continuous spell trap from your deck face up on your field. You can only use this effect of DDD, Demise King, once per turn. Now, what's really nice about this is that it gets your Dark Contract of the Gate, which is a searcher, can get your Kepler, and then you keep on going, as you'll see momentarily. The monster effect reads, if a face-up DDD and or Dark Contract card or cards you control is destroyed while this card is face up in your extra deck, even during the damage step, you can special summon this card. Then, you can destroy one card on the field. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in your pendulum zone. You can only use each effect of Demise King once per turn. Now, this is a really strong card, as it allows the deck to build its entire board on its own, as I'm going to activate it here. Unfortunately, you still have the Nibiru problem, but I will go over that in the next combo, which will be very brief really, but we're going to get ourselves the Gate off of the effect of the Demise King, grab ourselves the Kepler, then normal summon the Kepler. We'll then get our next new card, the Dark Contract with the Zero King, another continuous spell that reads, this card is also treated as a DD card. You can target one DD card you control, except Dark Contract with the Zero King. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except DD monsters. Also, destroy that card. And if you do, special summon one DD monster from your deck. You can only use this effect of Dark Contract with the Zero King once per turn. Once per turn, during your standby phase, take 1000 damage like the other Dark Contract cards. But what's really nice about this card is that it can get us the Demise King into the extra deck so that we can special summon it later. But then we also get the extra body, as we're going to get ourselves the Copernicus, and we're going to get our next card that we just got, and this is DD Lance Soldier, and I never thought I would see it, but I think this card is actually almost, if not as good as Lamia, because of the direction that these new cards take the deck. So this card is a level 2 tuner, and it reads, you can target one DD monster you control, increase its level up to the number of Dark Contract cards you control and in your graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Dark Contract card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Lance Soldier once per turn. So you're going to see that it's going to hit the board quite a few times during this turn, as we're going to go into our Gil, use the effect of Gil, as we'll have to pay 1000 in order to get our skills. Right here, we're just getting a 0 and a 5, as you see the Demise along with the Ragnarok, Pendulum Summon, the Copernicus along with the Kepler, so that we can go into our next new card, and this is a Link 3, which is a really cool thing for this deck, because one thing I felt that we didn't have before was that ability to really extend beyond Gil without having to go into your Synchros, Exceeds, and stuff like that, and at times it just made it feel really awkward. But this is Sky King Zeus Ragnarok. It's a Link 3 and it takes 2+ DD monsters. You can target one DD or Dark Contract card you control, destroy it. Also, during your main phase, this turn, you can conduct one Pendulum Summon of a DD monsters in addition to your Pendulum Summon. So this is a really strong effect, and this is kind of what I was alluding to with the Lance Soldier, where there's more destruction going on, and it kind of fits with the theme of what you're doing with your Dark Contract cards and whatnot, getting them off the board so that you're not taking that damage. The rest of this effect reads, you can only gain this effect once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand, which I think that part is kind of weird, I wish it was just a regular monster negate, quick effect, you can banish one DD monster and one Dark Contract card from your graveyard to negate the activation. You can only use this effect of Sky King Zeus once per turn. So we're going to continue here by using the effect of Ragnarok on the scale so that we can get ourselves back Lance Soldier, and now we're going to go into our next new card, and this is the DDD Founder King Clovis. It's a Synchro 6, and this is again another really good card, as it allows us to bridge into Siegfried, as you'll see here. It takes one tuner plus one non-tuner monsters. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can target one of your banished DD monsters, or if you control a Dark Contract card, you can target one in your graveyard instead. Special summon it. You can only use this effect of DDD Founder King Clovis once per turn. If this card is banished, you can activate this effect. If your DD monster attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So we're going to continue here by getting the ability to special summon back the Lance Soldier from the grave because we control Dark Contract cards, and then we're going to be able to synchro away into our Siegfried. From here, we'll then use the effect of the King Zeus or whatever it's called, as we'll then be able to destroy the Dark Contract, the new one at least. I forget the name of it already, but bring out Demise King because we destroyed a card. So we'll then be able to Pendulum Summon for 2 here, as we're going to bring out the Copernicus along with the Kepler, as we'll then be able to link away into the Ragnarok or the Gilgamesh. I keep on forgetting their names, I'm sorry, it's been 8 months. You'll see that this part here is optional, and you can leave the Gilgamesh standalone as it doesn't really matter what you do from this point on, and you'll see why I say that. I'm going to go into the Machinex just to make the board look pretty, as we're then going to use the effect of the Lance Soldier popping the gate, as this will then be able to revive it so that we can use its effect to increase its level by 2 since we have 2 Dark Contract cards in the graveyard, and then we'll be able to go into our next new card, and this is the DDD Wisdom King Solomon. It takes 2 level 4 DD monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, add 1 DD card from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can target 1 DD effect monster you control. That effect monster gains this effect. This card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of that monster's original attack, and you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. What I was alluding to before was that you can actually go into the Machinex using this after you get that search once you detach. But again, like I said, I wanted to make the board look pretty, as I'm going to grab the Headhunt, and then from here I'm going to set the Headhunt. Now we can wrap this combo up looking at a full board just off this one card, and this could be the Gilgamesh with this being the Machinex, whatever you want it to be. I think still the fact that you're able to get so much value off of this one card is really nice, as the next combo will show how you can play around Nib even if you aren't making crazy boards quite like this. Now this next one is a 2-card combo with Dark Contract with the Gate and Griffin. We're going to start here by activating the Gate, get ourselves the Kepler, and we're going to follow a similar path as we're going to get the Zero King, then activate the Zero King. This will be able to pop the Kepler so that we can get ourselves the Copernicus. Copernicus will send whatever here, it doesn't really matter, as we're then going to special summon out the Griffin. From here we'll then go into our Solomon, use the effect of the Solomon, as we'll be able to grab ourselves the Headhunt. Now we can go into the Machinex, and now we have 2 interruptions off of those 2 cards, in case you happen to draw an awkward hand where it's just those 2 cards, 3 hand traps or something like that. It means that you can still end on 2 disruptions, one of them being a trap card. That type of versatility makes the deck a little bit better. So not a long combo video, as these cards just came out about an hour or 2 ago, and I read through them pretty quickly together, so there might be some things that you may want to change. I put a lot of that stuff down here. Things like the hand traps and whatnot. To be transparent, I'm still coming off of like a year-long hiatus, so I don't want to tell you to play these 12 cards when the way the format is moving could be a little bit different than what you see here, and especially as we get a bunch of these new cards by the time that this stuff comes. As far as the rest of this goes, a lot of it is standard DDD. The Lapis, or however you pronounce this, could technically be one of these other cards here, and it really is the one flex spot that I'm considering, and you'll see that there's a couple other cards here that I didn't get to read. The Defense Soldier, you can activate one of these effects, target 1 DD card in your Pendulum Zone, special summon it. Now, the nice thing about that effect is that you can actually bring out the Ragnarok, then Ragnarok can get you another revival, but I did feel that it was kind of win more, especially since you aren't super comboing in this deck. You'll see that it's just a ton of DD card or DDD cards in the extra deck. The second card, or the second effect reads, banish 1 DD monster from your graveyard. If your DDD monster attacks this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 DD Pendulum monster from your face-up extra deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Defense Soldier once per turn. This is a card that I could see get play, but this is also a card that I could see not get play at all. It's a weird one and will require more testing, but I don't think it's a bad card. Now, the next one and final one is the DDDD Great Dimension King Arc Crisis, and it's a scale 13 and its pendulum effect is that you can target any number of Dark Contract cards you control, destroy them, then special summon up to that many Doom King Pendulum monsters deck and/or extra deck. You can only use Pendulum effect of Great Dimension King Arc Crisis once per turn. The monster effect reads, it takes 4 Fiend monsters, 1 Fusion, 1 Synchro, 1 Exceed, 1 Pendulum, so I don't think that this will be seeing a lot of play, and must be either Fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck, banishing the above cards from your field and or graveyard. You can only special summon DDD Great Dimension King Arc Crisis once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. If this card is special summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls, can attack all opponent's monsters once each, and if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in your pendulum zone. While I don't think that these are meta-defining cards for the archetype, I do think that helps fix a ton of the issues that the deck had before, and I love that for DDD players. As somebody who played with the deck on and off myself since the release of it, cool seeing how far this deck has come. The days of being a hyper turbo synchro deck to doing the Halka Fibrax stuff to then being the pure DD deck that we saw like in 2021, I think, with the Field Spell and the Headhunt. Now we actually finally got a card that really makes everything go with the Demise King. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I don't know when the next one will be, just expect them to come out pretty loosely. I thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. It's Bones, signing out.